I don't care. I actually just don't care. So one question I get asked all the time on social media is, how many polys is that? How many vertices is that? And I have to stop myself from being increasingly frustrated, and it's usually framed as in, how many polys is that, period. Or they'll put X number of polys, millions and millions of polys. What that is just the size, it's just the vertices, it's just what the sculpt is made up of. It doesn't, and this really doesn't matter to me. I'm a 3D artist, I'm a 3D illustrator, I'm a 3D sculptor. I'm actually not beholden to the amount of polys.
I'll do what I want.
Now, I totally get 100% that the model should be efficient. I 3D print. It doesn't matter how big it is, how big the sculpt is when I send it over there. But yeah, I get it. I try to do my prints as efficiently as I can, but I'm not trying to animate these really high detail sculpts that I'm making. I'm not trying to put them into video games. I actually have no inclination to get a job for a video game company or an animation company in that capacity. I just like creating the art. I like creating the videos that show the art. Like, to me, that's part of the art itself, is showing the video. Editing the video, to me, is an art. When I edit it, when I add music, the timing, the cadence of the edit, all of that is art, as much as creating the art.
This is a moment in art.
I'm an art teacher. I teach on Skillshare. That's online. So maybe it's not really a teacher, but for me, I'm a teacher. I call it polyelitism. But essentially, it's when someone who works in Blender or some other application, and they can create, I guess they can create as good a sculpts as I can, like as dynamic, detailed sculpts that I can. They have like a physical reaction to me sculpting the way that I am, not paying attention to every little vertice, not like modeling and everything like looks boxy and pixelated. I mean, I guess that's what it is. I mean, you can explain to me like if that's what it is, but essentially all I want to say is you have to remember that not everyone wants the same outcome as you do. Not everyone wants to be a 3D animator. Not everyone wants to work for video games. There's other uses for 3D art. There's other uses for 3D. You can just create images. You can do 3D printing. You can make little animations if you want to, like I've made little animations before. I use them for social media. I'll plug one in now that I just finished. But 3D animation is very, very difficult. And I don't really want to spend as much time creating 3D animations as just creating a bunch of beautiful 3D art. That's what I want to do. Kind of like if you asked a painter that just painted a beautiful painting, and then they said, well, how are you going to animate it? There's too many brushstrokes. How are you going to animate that? It's just a painting. It's just art. You know, it's like if someone were to say like, why are you even painting? Like that you can just take a photo of whatever it is whatever the image that you're trying to depict. You know, it's just different. You know, some people have a different drive, and everyone can have their different drive. And I understand that people just don't think about it. If you're in that world, you're not thinking, oh, maybe this guy just wants to create 3D sculpt so he can make amazing renders. Maybe that's it. Or 3D prints. Maybe that's it. And that's it. See you in the next one.
Don't worry about what nobody else say.